Introduction. In a small, sun-drenched village nestled between rolling hills and sprawling fields lived a farmer named Raj. Raj was known for his unwavering spirit and dedication to his craft, but lately life had dealt him a tough hand. The once fertile soil had become parched and unyielding due to an unexpected drought, leaving his crops withered and his family struggling to make ends meet. Each day he would wake before dawn, hoping against hope that the clouds would darken and rain would fall. Meanwhile, in the bustling city, Big Shaq, an iconic figure known for his larger-than-life personality and infectious laughter, was enjoying a successful career. With millions of fans around the world, he had transitioned from a celebrated athlete to a beloved entertainer. Despite his fame and fortune, Big Shaq often felt a yearning to connect with people on a deeper level. He wanted to use his platform for good, to make a real difference in someone's life. One fateful afternoon, while scrolling through social media, Big Shaq stumbled upon a video that caught his attention. It was a heartfelt plea from Raj, who shared his struggles with the world. The video showed him standing in his barren fields, tears glistening in his eyes as he spoke about the hardships faced by farmers like him. He described how the drought had not only affected his crops, but also the hopes and dreams of his family. Raj's words resonated deeply with Big Shaq. He could feel the weight of despair in the farmer's voice. Moved by Raj's story, Big Shaq decided to take action. He reached out to Raj through social media, expressing his desire to help. At first, Raj couldn't believe it. A celebrity like Big Shaq wanted to help him. It felt surreal. After exchanging messages, they arranged for Big Shaq to visit the village. The day finally arrived when Big Shaq made his way to Raj's farm. As he stepped out of his car, the villagers gathered in awe. They had seen him on television and admired him from afar, but now he was standing right before them, a giant of a man with an even bigger heart. Big Shaq greeted everyone with warmth and enthusiasm, instantly putting them at ease. "Where's our farmer?" he called out with a booming voice that echoed through the fields. Raj stepped forward hesitantly, unsure of what to expect. But as their eyes met, something magical happened. A connection formed between them that transcended their different worlds. Big Shaq spent the day with Raj, learning about farming techniques and understanding the challenges faced by local farmers. They walked through the dry fields together as Raj explained how climate change had altered their way of life. "We depend on nature," Raj said softly. "When it doesn't cooperate, we lose everything." Inspired by Raj's resilience and determination despite overwhelming odds, Big Shaq knew he had to do more than just offer words of encouragement. He brainstormed ways to help improve irrigation systems and provide financial support for seeds and equipment that could withstand drought conditions. As they talked about potential solutions over lunch, a simple meal shared under the shade of an old banyan tree, Big Shaq promised Raj that he would rally support from his fans and friends in the entertainment industry. "Together," he said confidently, "we can bring change not just for you, but for all farmers in this region." Raj felt a flicker of hope ignite within him as he listened to Big Shaq's words. For the first time in months, he believed that things could get better. As the sun began to set over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Big Shaq made one last promise before leaving. "I'll be back soon with help." With those words lingering in the air like a sweet melody of hope, he waved goodbye to Raj and the villagers. The struggle. As the days turned into weeks following Big Shaq's visit, Raj found himself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. The promise of help had ignited a spark of hope within him, but the harsh reality of his situation loomed large. Each morning he would wake up before dawn, his heart heavy with worry, as he looked out over the parched fields that had once been vibrant with life. The drought had persisted, and with it, his dreams of a bountiful harvest seemed to drift further away. Raj's family relied on their farm for everything. His wife, Meera, worked tirelessly alongside him, tending to whatever crops they could salvage and caring for their 2 young children. The children, Asha and Rohan, were too young to fully grasp the gravity of their situation, but could sense the tension in the air. They often asked why they couldn't have fresh fruits and vegetables like their friends at school. Raj and Meera would smile through their worries, offering reassurances that everything would be okay. As the weeks went by, Raj's savings dwindled. He had borrowed money from friends and relatives to keep the farm afloat, but every day without rain felt like another nail in the coffin of his dreams. The local bank had already turned him down for a loan, citing his inability to repay it given the current circumstances. Raj felt trapped in a cycle of despair that he couldn't escape. Meanwhile, Big Shaq was busy rallying support back in the city. He shared Raj's story on his social media platforms, reaching millions of followers who were touched by the farmer's plight. The response was overwhelming. Fans began donating money to help Raj and other farmers in similar situations. Big Shaq organized a fundraiser event featuring various artists and celebrities who were eager to contribute. Back in the village, Raj received a message one evening that would change everything. It was from Big Shaq's team, informing him that they were coming back with supplies and funds raised from the event. Raj could hardly believe his eyes as he read the message over and over again. Tears filled his eyes as he shared the news with Meera. "Shaq is coming back!" he exclaimed, unable to contain his excitement. "He's bringing help!" Meera hugged him tightly, her heart swelling with hope. "This could be our chance," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. The day Big Shaq returned was filled with anticipation and joy. The villagers gathered at Raj's farm, buzzing with excitement as they prepared for his arrival. Children ran around playing games while adults set up makeshift seating under the shade of trees. When Big Shaq finally arrived, he was met with cheers and applause that echoed through the village. "Let's get to work," he shouted enthusiastically as he stepped out of his vehicle, flanked by volunteers carrying boxes filled with seeds, tools, and irrigation supplies. Raj stood in awe as Big Shaq approached him with open arms. "My friend, it's great to see you again." They embraced warmly, solidifying a bond that had formed through shared struggles and aspirations. Big Shaq wasted no time diving into action. He organized teams of volunteers to distribute supplies while explaining how each item could help improve their farming practices. "These seeds are drought-resistant," he explained to Raj and other farmers gathered around him. "They'll give you a better chance at a successful harvest, even when conditions are tough." As they worked side by side under the sun, Raj felt a renewed sense of purpose. With each seed planted and each tool handed out, hope blossomed like wildflowers after rain. Big Shaq also introduced them to modern irrigation techniques that could conserve water more effectively, a game-changer for farmers in their situation. "Let's set up a drip irrigation system," Big Shaq suggested enthusiastically. "It'll save water and ensure your crops get what they need without wasting a drop." Raj watched in amazement as volunteers helped set up the system in his fields. It was something he had only heard about but never thought possible for his farm due to financial constraints. With every step forward, Raj felt a weight lift off his shoulders. This was not just help, it was empowerment. As days turned into weeks again, Raj began to see changes not only in his fields, but also within himself. The community rallied together in ways they hadn't before. Neighbors helped one another plant seeds and share resources as they learned new techniques introduced by Big Shaq's team. However, challenges still loomed large on the horizon. Despite their best efforts, there were days when temperatures soared without any sign of rain. Some villagers began to lose hope again, as they watched their crops struggle under relentless sun exposure. One evening after another long day working on the farm, Raj sat outside with Meera under a starry sky filled with shimmering constellations. "What if it doesn't rain?" he asked quietly, fear creeping into his voice. Meera took his hand gently and replied firmly, "We have come so far already because we are not alone anymore." She spoke about how Big Shaq had brought not just resources, but also unity among the villagers, something they had desperately needed. Raj nodded thoughtfully. He realized that while nature was unpredictable, their strength lay in each other's support and resilience. As long as they stood together as a community, and with friends like Big Shaq, they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. Days turned into weeks once more as they continued working tirelessly on their farms while waiting for rain to arrive, a symbol of hope that seemed just out of reach yet ever present in their hearts. Then one morning, a miracle happened. Dark clouds rolled across the sky like an artist painting over a blank canvas. Thunder rumbled softly in the distance before finally releasing its life-giving rain upon parched earth below. Joy erupted throughout the village as villagers danced in celebration beneath falling droplets, a scene filled with laughter echoing through fields, once again alive with color. Raj looked up at those clouds pouring down blessings upon them. Tears streamed down his face, not from despair this time, but from gratitude for every moment leading up to this one. With renewed vigor, fueled by hope, restored through community spirit combined with newfound resources provided by Big Shaq, Raj knew they would rise stronger than ever before. Transformation. As the rain fell steadily over Raj's fields, a sense of renewal swept through the village. The once parched earth soaked up the life-giving water, and the crops began to show signs of recovery. Green shoots pierced through the soil, stretching toward the sky as if to embrace the sun. Raj watched in awe, his heart swelling with hope and gratitude. The transformation was not just in the fields, it was happening within him and his community as well. With each passing day, Raj and his fellow farmers worked tirelessly to nurture their crops. They implemented the new irrigation techniques Big Shaq had introduced, ensuring that every drop of water was used wisely. The villagers gathered in groups to share knowledge, exchanging tips on crop rotation and pest management. It was a beautiful sight, neighbors working side by side, united by a common goal. Big Shaq remained actively involved, frequently visiting the village to check on their progress. He brought with him not just supplies, but also a wealth of knowledge from agricultural experts who had joined his cause. They conducted workshops where farmers learned about sustainable practices, soil health, and organic farming techniques. Raj was particularly fascinated by these sessions. He had always wanted to improve his farming methods, but had never had access to such resources. One afternoon, during a workshop led by an agricultural expert named Dr. Anjali, Raj learned about companion planting, a method where certain plants are grown together for mutual benefit. For example, Dr. Anjali explained passionately, planting marigolds alongside tomatoes can help deter pests while attracting beneficial insects. Raj took notes fervently, excited about how he could apply this knowledge to his farm. As weeks turned into months, the transformation in Raj's fields became evident. The crops flourished under the care of dedicated farmers who now felt empowered and educated. Raj's once barren land was now a vibrant tapestry of green. Rows of corn swayed gently in the breeze, while tomato plants bore bright red fruit that glistened in the sunlight. But it wasn't just about the crops, it was about community spirit and resilience. The villagers organized harvest festivals to celebrate their success and thank Big Shaq for his unwavering support. They invited him to join them for these festivities, eager to show their appreciation for everything he had done. On the day of the harvest festival, Raj stood proudly at the entrance of his farm, adorned with colourful decorations made from flowers and leaves. The air was filled with laughter and music as villagers danced joyfully, celebrating not just their bountiful harvest, but also their unity and strength as a community. Big Shaq arrived with a big smile on his face, greeted by cheers from everyone present. He was overwhelmed by the warm welcome and couldn't help but feel proud of what they had accomplished together. "This is amazing!" he exclaimed as he took in the vibrant scene around him. Raj approached him with a basket filled with freshly harvested produce, a symbol of their hard work and dedication. "Thank you for believing in us," he said earnestly. "This is just the beginning." Big Shaq accepted the basket with gratitude, touched by Raj's gesture. "You all did this," he replied, gesturing to the villagers who were busy preparing food for the feast. "I just helped light a spark." As evening fell and stars began to twinkle overhead, villagers gathered around a large bonfire to share stories and laughter. They feasted on delicious dishes made from their harvest, spiced lentils, fresh vegetables, and sweet desserts that melted in their mouths. Big Shaq joined in on the festivities, dancing alongside children and adults alike, his laughter ringing out like music. In that moment of joy and celebration, Raj reflected on how far they had come since Big Shaq first visited him during his darkest days. He remembered standing in those dry fields filled with despair and uncertainty. Now he stood amidst abundance and hope. But even as they celebrated their achievements, Raj knew that challenges still lay ahead. He understood that farming was an unpredictable venture, influenced by many factors beyond their control, climate change being one of them. However, he felt equipped now, armed with knowledge and support from both Big Shaq and his fellow villagers. The next morning brought another surprise for Raj, a letter from Big Shaq's team announcing plans for a community garden project aimed at further enhancing agricultural education among local farmers. "We want to create a space where everyone can learn together," it read. "This will be a hub for sharing knowledge about sustainable practices." Raj was ecstatic. This initiative would not only benefit them but also future generations of farmers in their village. He envisioned children learning about agriculture hands-on while playing among rows of vegetables, an opportunity they had never had before. Over the following months, construction began on the community garden, a vibrant space filled with colourful flowers and various crops planted side by side according to permaculture principles taught during workshops led by Dr. Anjali. As they worked together on this new project, digging soil beds, planting seeds, the community grew even closer than before. Friendships blossomed alongside flowers under warm sunshine. One day, while working at the garden site with Meera by his side, Raj paused to take in everything around him. The laughter of children playing nearby, mixed with sounds of shovels hitting earth, created an atmosphere filled with joy. "Can you believe how far we've come?" Meera asked softly as she wiped sweat from her brow. Raj smiled back at her. There was no denying it. Their lives had transformed dramatically since Big Shaq entered their world like a whirlwind, bringing hope along with him. However, amidst this newfound success came another unexpected challenge. Rumors began circulating about an impending drought again due to changing weather patterns predicted by meteorologists across various media outlets. Fear gripped some members within their community, who worried whether they could sustain what they'd built together if faced once more with harsh conditions outside their control. But instead of succumbing to despair like before, Raj rallied everyone together, urging them not only to prepare for possible setbacks but also focus on resilience gained through knowledge shared among one another over recent months. "We've learned so much already," he addressed them passionately, during an emergency meeting called at dusk under flickering lanterns illuminating faces filled with determination rather than fear. Let's use this knowledge wisely. We can adapt our practices if necessary. Inspired by Raj's words, they brainstormed ideas ranging from crop diversification strategies aimed at reducing risk associated solely relying upon single crops, to implementing rainwater harvesting systems designed to capture every drop falling from skies above. As discussions continued late into night, their spirits remained high despite uncertainty looming ahead, because they knew one thing: they were no longer alone facing challenges alone anymore. With Big Shaq's support firmly behind them, coupled with newfound unity forged through shared experiences, they felt ready to tackle whatever came next, head on. The gift: as the seasons changed, so did the fortunes of Raj and his village. The community garden flourished, becoming a vibrant hub of activity where villagers gathered to learn, share, and cultivate not just crops, but also friendships. The spirit of collaboration had transformed their way of life, and for Raj, it was a testament to the power of hope and community. With the harvest festival behind them and the garden thriving, Raj felt a profound sense of gratitude toward Big Shaq. He had not only provided physical resources, but had also inspired a movement of unity and resilience among the villagers. Raj wanted to express his appreciation in a meaningful way, something that would symbolize their journey together. One evening, as he sat with Meera under the stars, an idea began to take shape in his mind. "I want to give Shaq something special," he said thoughtfully. "Something that represents our gratitude and the bond we've formed." Meera smiled encouragingly. "That's a wonderful idea. It should be something personal, something that reflects our culture and the land we cherish." After much deliberation, Raj decided to create a handcrafted wooden plaque that would symbolize their journey. He envisioned it adorned with intricate carvings representing their village's heritage, symbols of agriculture, community, and resilience. It would be a reminder of how far they had come together. Raj enlisted the help of his neighbor, Arjun, who was skilled in woodworking. Together they spent days selecting the right piece of wood and meticulously carving out designs that told their story. As they worked side by side, Raj shared tales of their struggles and triumphs with Arjun, infusing each stroke of the chisel with emotion and meaning. Finally, after several weeks of hard work and dedication, the plaque was complete. It was a beautiful piece, smooth to the touch, with detailed carvings that depicted scenes from their village life. Farmers working in the fields, children playing under trees, and even an image of Big Shaq standing tall among them. Raj felt a surge of pride as he admired their creation. It was more than just a gift, it was a piece of their shared journey. The day arrived for Big Shaq's next visit. The villagers buzzed with excitement as they prepared for his arrival. They set up decorations around Raj's farm, transforming it into a festive space filled with colorful banners and flowers from their garden. When Big Shaq arrived, he was greeted with cheers and applause once again. His face lit up with joy as he took in the vibrant scene. "You all are amazing," he exclaimed, embracing villagers one by one. Raj stepped forward, holding the wooden plaque carefully wrapped in cloth. "Shaq," he began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "We want to thank you for everything you've done for us. The support you've given has changed our lives forever." Big Shaq looked at Raj with curiosity as he unwrapped the cloth, revealing the beautifully crafted plaque. His eyes widened in amazement as he examined the intricate carvings. "Wow, this is incredible," he said, genuinely touched by the gesture. Raj continued, "This plaque represents our journey together, the struggles we faced and overcame as a community. It symbolizes hope, resilience, and friendship. He pointed to each carving as he spoke. These figures represent our farmers working hard in the fields. This is our village. And here is you, standing tall among us. Big Shaq's expression softened as he listened intently. I'm honored, he replied sincerely. This means more to me than you can imagine. He held the plaque close to his heart, feeling an overwhelming sense of connection to Raj and his community. The villagers gathered around them, sharing in this moment of unity and gratitude. Big Shaq turned to them with a smile. You all are my family now, he declared loudly enough for everyone to hear. I will always be here for you. As they celebrated together that evening, under twinkling stars, dancing and sharing stories, the bond between Big Shaq and Raj deepened even further. They laughed together like old friends while enjoying delicious dishes made from their harvest. In that joyful atmosphere filled with music and laughter, a realization dawned on Raj. This journey had transformed not only his life, but also those around him. It had created lasting friendships built on trust and mutual respect. As night fell deeper into darkness, Big Shaq took a moment aside with Raj away from festivities. They stood gazing at stars above, twinkling brightly overhead like dreams waiting to be fulfilled. Raj, Big Shaq said thoughtfully after some silence passed between them, I want you to know that your strength inspires me every day. He paused before continuing earnestly. You've shown me what true resilience looks like. I'm grateful for everything we've accomplished together. Raj felt warmth spread through him at those words. It was validation, not just for himself, but also for everyone who had worked tirelessly alongside him. Thank you, he replied humbly, but it's all because we stood together through thick and thin. They shared a moment of understanding, a silent acknowledgement that their lives were intertwined now, forever bound by shared experiences filled with hope. As they rejoined festivities, the laughter echoed louder than ever before, a celebration not just about crops harvested, but also friendships forged through adversity. That night marked another chapter in their ongoing story, a testament showcasing how one person's willingness to help could spark change beyond imagination. Conclusion. As the months rolled on, the bond between Raj, his village, and Big Shaq solidified into something truly remarkable. The community garden flourished, becoming a symbol of resilience and unity. Families gathered there not just to cultivate crops, but to share stories, celebrate milestones, and support one another through life's ups and downs. Big Shaq continued to visit regularly, each time bringing new ideas and resources that further enhanced their agricultural practices. He introduced them to sustainable farming techniques and even helped them establish a small cooperative where they could sell their produce directly to consumers in nearby towns. This initiative not only provided them with a steady income, but also allowed them to educate others about the importance of supporting local farmers. One day, during one of his visits, Big Shaq organized a farmers' market day in the village. He invited local chefs and food enthusiasts to come and taste the fresh produce from Raj's farm and others in the community. The event was a resounding success, drawing visitors from far and wide. Raj stood proudly at his stall, showcasing vibrant vegetables and fragrant herbs, while families from neighboring villages lined up to purchase their goods. "This is incredible," Raj exclaimed, as he watched people enjoy the fruits of their labor. "We never imagined we could reach so many people." Big Shaq smiled beside him, clearly thrilled by the turnout. "You all deserve this recognition. This is just the beginning. Let's keep building on this success together." As the sun set that evening, casting a golden glow over the market, Raj took a moment to reflect on how far they had come. He remembered those dark days when he felt hopeless and alone, standing in barren fields. Now he was surrounded by laughter, community spirit, and a thriving business that showcased their hard work. However, amidst this success lay another challenge. Climate change continued to pose threats to their agricultural practices. Droughts were becoming more frequent and erratic. Weather patterns made farming increasingly unpredictable. Raj knew that while they had made significant strides, they needed to remain vigilant and adaptable. Inspired by Big Shaq's unwavering support, Raj decided it was time to take action again. He called for a community meeting at the garden one evening to discuss how they could prepare for future challenges. Villagers gathered under the stars once more, this time filled with optimism rather than fear. "Together," Raj began passionately as he addressed his neighbors, "we've overcome so much already, but we must be proactive in facing what lies ahead." He proposed forming a task force dedicated to researching innovative farming techniques that could withstand changing climates, things like crop diversification, soil health improvement methods, and water conservation strategies. The villagers listened intently as Raj outlined his vision for a sustainable future. They discussed ways to implement rainwater harvesting systems throughout their farms and explore partnerships with agricultural experts who could provide guidance on best practices. "What if we also create a knowledge-sharing network?" suggested Meera excitedly. "We can connect with other villages facing similar challenges." Raj nodded enthusiastically at her idea. It was exactly what they needed, a way to empower not just themselves, but also neighboring communities struggling against climate change impacts. As they brainstormed solutions late into the night, their spirits remained high, fueled by determination, each person contributing ideas that would shape their path forward. Over the following months, Raj led efforts alongside villagers who were eager to learn new techniques, while implementing changes based on discussions held during those meetings, transforming not only their farms, but also cultivating resilience within themselves. Big Shaq remained an integral part of this journey. He continued supporting initiatives aimed at sustainability while amplifying their voices beyond borders, sharing stories through social media platforms that inspired others worldwide. One day, while walking through fields bursting with life once again, Raj spotted Big Shaq standing nearby, admiring crops swaying gently under warm sunlight. He approached him, filled with gratitude. "Shaq," he said sincerely, "thank you for believing in us when we needed it most." Big Shaq turned towards him, smiling widely. "You all did this. I'm just proud to be part of your journey." As seasons changed once more, the village thrived not only due diligence put forth by hard-working farmers, but also through friendships forged amidst adversity. Together they became champions advocating for sustainable practices, benefiting generations yet unborn. On one particularly beautiful day, Raj decided it was time for another celebration, a gathering dedicated solely honoring everyone's contributions towards building something truly special together. They set up colorful decorations around community garden filled with laughter, echoing off walls made from hard work and dedication. Villagers brought dishes prepared using ingredients grown right there, showcasing culinary talents passed down through generations. As dusk settled over horizon painting, sky shades orange and pink, a sense of pride enveloped everyone present, their hearts united by shared experiences filled with love and gratitude. Standing before friends and family, Raj raised his glass, filled with fresh juice made from harvested fruits. "To our journey," he proclaimed, joyfully. "May we continue growing stronger together." Cheers erupted among crowd as glasses clinked together, celebrating not just achievements, but bonds formed through shared struggles, their laughter ringing out like music filling air around them. In that moment, Raj realized something profound. It wasn't merely about overcoming obstacles or achieving success. It was about connection forged through compassion and understanding. It was about building a legacy rooted deep within soil, nurtured by love and resilience. As night deepened, the stars twinkled above like dreams waiting patiently. Raj looked around at faces illuminated by hope, knowing this was just beginning. Their story would continue unfolding beautifully, intertwining lives touched forevermore.